I'm Katie.
And I'm Kay.
And you're listening to the Babes of Quinte podcast.
Hey, Katie, how excited were you when Andrea, the owner and operator of Angelic Serendipity in Trenton, reached out to us to be a podcast partner?
After exploring her Facebook page and having a chance to chat with her, I was so pumped. In all honesty, I want to be Andrea when I grow up.
Angelic Serendipity offers a wide range of crystals, chakra stones, incense, boho clothing and decor, sound bowls, and so much more to help you find balance and harmony in your life.
You can shop Angelic Serendipity in person at 2 King Street in Trenton, next to Liberty Tax. Or check out Angelic Serendipity on Facebook at Angelic Serendipity or on Instagram at angelic.serendipity_. The Family Dental Center is locally owned with offices in Belleville, Frankfort, and Coburg.
If you've been listening to us, you know that we love the FDC team. Since 2007, Dr. Yasmin has been serving patients in the community, like the Free Dental Day coming up on May 7th at the Frankfort location.
FDC puts their patients first. They will work with you to make sure you have a stress-free and amazing dental experience.
For more information about FDC, go to familydentalcenter.com or follow them on Instagram at FDCFamily.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Katie.
Has it only been a week since we've done this? Feels like a year.
I feel like, yeah, no, it has been a week.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we did on 4/20. Came out late last week. It might come out late again this week, but I think we may be switching to Thursday releases.
I think we just need to have Thursday releases. So this is the official announcement. We have Thursday releases now.
Yeah, Thursday mornings, because I don't know why. The first 3 days of the week are just like so hectic. I'm sure now Thursdays will get hectic, but...
Yeah, watch, that's exactly what's going to happen. Thursdays are going to start blowing up, and we're going to be like, okay, now we need help.
Now help us.
I need someone to help us.
Oh, goodness. Goodness.
Excuse
What's
me.
going on in your life? Yeah, I feel like we're both just like...
It's been like it's been a tough season.
It's been a tough...
And I know I say this a lot, but I'm honestly, like, I am feeling less depressed, which is kind of nice. But, you know, like, moving parts of life are, you know, things don't always heal in a linear fashion.
Mm-mm.
And it's really difficult sometimes to navigate that.
Yes.
Whether it be, you know, trauma or something bad that happens or something good that happens or, you know, change in life. I just think that dealing with that and processing change and all these things is just a very difficult thing sometimes to navigate.
Agreed.
Therapy is great.
Yeah, I should go back. Oh, yeah. No, I feel that. It's, I've learned I'm just really good at, not dealing with my things.
Well, I think, too, like, with having ADHD, it's like, I think I'm learning right now to not mask so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you don't know what masking is, it's just like we kind of match how people should act, I guess. And
we,
it's
like,
really,
mirror to what other people are doing.
Yeah, it's really exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if there is there's a perfect example of it on Love is Blind. Honestly, I hate that I'm referencing this, but like, I don't know, like, because I think Zach is autistic.
I think so too.
And
yeah.
Irina's just a mean bitch.
She's probably got her own thing going on, but
like, if you think about it, it's like the way he was acting.
He unmasked in front of her.
Yeah, and it freaked her out.
Yeah.
And she was like, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? Like, why is your eye contact all weird? And it's like that, you know, like hiding those things is really exhausting. And then when you're comfortable around somebody and you let that go to be, you know, kind of attacked for that, to be who you really are. And like,
it's very scary to unmask in front of people.
Yeah, so I'm trying to actively do that and kind of like let my weird freak flag fly.
We love that.
I think I'm coming off as a lot to some people. And I don't really care.
No.
But also I can see it in their faces. Like, what
I had someone recently tell
me.
me, because last week I was like very chaotic and I kept apologizing to someone. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I came in very chaotic. And they were like, don't apologize for being yourself. I was like,
ooh, I love that.
Oh. Because I think for so long, especially as a kid, like, I learned to mask because people didn't like how talkative I was. People didn't like how, like, I took up a lot of space just with my energy. So I think I've learned to, like, I still do that in a certain sense, but, like, it's also exhausting because I'm always trying to, like, read the room and figure out what people are thinking and, like, is that okay that I said that? Or, like...
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I say things and, like, people just look at me like, what? And I'm like, oh, no. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. And you know what? It happens, but then it's already out of my mouth. So
too late.
I have more of a filter than I used to. I think, too, you learn, like, again, okay, so I know we talk a lot about ADHD, but that's also because I was just, like, recently figured it out. And I was watching a TikTok, which is also not, like, a great reference point, but it does help a lot because you learn what other people have gone through. And it's not that all of a sudden I'm talking about it a lot. It's like now all these parts of my life, I realize why I do it.
Like, they make more sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's, like, very, and, like, having friends with ADHD and, like, we pack together. So, like, a lot of people I know have it, but, like, then you're able to talk about it and be like, oh, I do that because of this.
Or if, like, I have, like, a struggle, like, with the way my brain works, if I can't process something a certain way, like, you know, if we share processes and, like, what works for you might, you know, work for somebody else. And I think that's why there's a lot of talking and sharing going along, especially
We're very collaborative in our office, but we're still getting work done.
Yeah.
And I've learned, too, there's, like, different types of ADHD. So, like, Jeanette has ADHD and I have ADHD, but our types are different. So I can actually focus on things really well, but I struggle to change focus. And then I get really frustrated if I have to change focus or if things don't go as I planned. It, like, throws me off. And I'm like, so now, like, because I looked into the types, I'm like, oh, I get it.
And I think that's, like, something that's kind of, like, misunderstood, too, is, like, people don't necessarily know that it's not always just, like, hyperactive little boys.
No, and I think that's what it was for so long. So
that's not it.
Surprise. Yeah, not saying everyone has ADHD. Like, if you think you're struggling, like, go talk to a doctor, go talk to a therapist. But this has been our journey. Thanks for coming.
Anyways, I have an update to a absolutely insane story that I told you last week.
Okay, I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready, but...
Too long, didn't read. I'm pregnant with my best friend's husband's baby.
If you didn't listen last week, go back and just listen to the intro.
So, this very terrible friend of a person. So she texts me this weekend to see if I want to come over and talk. We end up making plans for last night after our family's Easter celebrations. She said that she wanted to explain why she ghosted me and catch up. I decided I would see what she had to say and then tell both of them about the pregnancy if it all went well. We started talking and she told me her husband had actually pressured her to unfriend me. He told her that he felt like I was too attached to her and he was afraid of having feelings for her. He convinced her that she needed to cut me out, and since she had finally decided she wanted to make things work and try for a baby with him, she listened. Part of the issue she has had with him is how controlling he was, so I sort of believe her. Anyway, at this point she said it was actually his idea to invite me over tonight to chat. She kept apologizing to me and said that he didn't want me to know this was his idea, so she asked me not to say anything. She thought maybe he wanted to clear the air. At this point, he comes into the room and starts being over-the-top friendly to us both. It was super strange and hard to describe. Just seemed like so fake and uncomfortable. He glanced at me but wouldn't make eye contact. He asked if we had a good chat and is just acting super weird. He started asking how I've been all these months and giving super creepy fake vibes since he usually never really showed any interest in talking to me when I was hanging out there before. We talked for another 10 minutes and things just got weirder and weirder. I was so annoyed, I decided to just come out and tell her I was pregnant too. He started just laughing uncontrollably. Oh my God. She looked shocked at my news and his reaction. He stood up, threw his beer can at the wall, and said, I don't deserve to be a mom, and he hopes... Wait, hold on.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so he says, I don't deserve to be a mom, and he hopes I figure it out without them in my life.
Wait, did she tell him?
That's what she just told. She told both of them at the same time.
That she's pregnant.
That she's pregnant. has not yet said that it is his baby.
Oh my God.
He just starts laughing again. Obviously, he knows it's his baby. Like, that's...
Yeah, obviously.
But the wife doesn't know yet. He just starts laughing again, and then he turns to her and says something so awful, and then starts saying he played us both. He had seen our text messages about him and saw where she said she was going to leave him, and I had encouraged her to do it. Apparently, at one point, I had told her his behavior seemed abusive and that he hated me. And he hated me at that point for trying to turn her against him. And when he read that, he decided he was going to ruin our friendship. But after seeing me at the Target, he decided he was going to make me fall in love with him and break my heart. Joke's on him because I'm completely done with him for now. But I know that could change once the baby is here, which is so, like, delusional.
Oh my gosh.
She was in shock and just started bawling. I started to go over and she told me to leave and that I was dead to her. I think she's finally done with us both, but I feel like she's never going to just leave him. She texted me this morning.
I have goosebumps.
To say she needs to know 100% if the baby is his. I said yes, and then she blocked me. He's already texted me to meet up, but I'm just going to take some space right now to see what I want. Anyways, I just wanted to give an update. I'm like, this is insane.
I can't. I think the thing is, though, like what he said, so it was all him. Like, he's the red flag.
Yeah.
He played them against each other. So I feel like they should, like, now co-parent together and just sue him, you know?
Well, yeah, because it's like...
I don't know if you can just sue people like that, but that's my...
I mean, for child support, yeah, probably.
I just feel like he's very problematic, and he did that both very consciously.
Honestly, like, I would have a really hard time being friends with her.
Same, because
she still went behind.
Yeah, it's all very strange, but, like, that is a crazy update. What? How is that real life?
Like, I don't understand people who do... Anyways, that's exhausting.
I'm exhausted from that story. Panic. Like, I'm panicking for them.
It makes me want to throw up.
Yeah, literally. Oh, sorry, I have a weird eye thing.
Should we talk about our guest?
Yeah, this one, I really liked this. I loved this episode.
I hold this episode dear to my heart.
Yeah, I think it was just like, when did we interview her? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks.
She was just like so lovely. Every time I meet her, she's so lovely, so kind, very open, like
ray of sunshine.
Ray of sunshine. So it's Sarah Tokley, from the owner and founder of Your Creative Junction, which you'll learn about what that is in the episode, but it's pretty much, it started as like, I don't want to ruin it.
No, because honestly,
I can't even tell you.
It's so sweet and so wholesome.
But what I do want to say is she now has a store. Your Creative Junction has a storefront at 444 Dundas Street West, which is just down the road from us. And I mentioned this last week, but I'm going to mention it again. On May 2nd is their grand opening, so that's like the official ribbon cutting. I think the chamber comes, the mayor's there, at 1 p.m. And then the launch party is on Saturday, May 6th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you can meet like the vendors they have there. There's live demos, treats, giveaways, tours, and just overall celebration. So put that in your calendar, and
you're going to want to after you listen to this episode.
Yeah, and her socials are obviously in our show notes, but it's Your Creative Junction on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, just like go support like genuine human, genuine business, like
genuine good vibes
all around. So without further ado, please enjoy our chat. Today we are talking to an extremely crafty bitch, and we say that with love because she is living our crafting dream. We have been Instagram friends from near the beginning of the launch of the podcast, and luckily this meant that we have been able to watch her grow her family with the addition of an adorable puppy. We've also had the pleasure of watching her take what brings her joy and grow it into a business. Sarah Tokley is originally from Ingersoll, Ontario, but now calls Belleville home. She attended Durham College for sports administration, but now did our favorite thing and followed her dreams and opened Your Creative Junction. Your Creative Junction is using creativity to promote positive mental wellness. Big snaps for that. She offers crafting parties and workshops. She is a networking queen and has teamed up with other local creatives to offer collaborative crafting workshops. She recently took a huge step and opened a storefront on Dundas Street West. Today, we are deep diving into our favorite world of crafting with the expert. Babes of Quinte, please welcome Sarah Tokley, the founder and owner of Your Creative Junction, and our new neighbor.
Yay!
Which is so we had a debate about this because we couldn't figure out where the new storefront was.
You couldn't figure out where it was. I was like, no, she is our neighbor. I commented on Instagram, and she's like, no, I'm pretty sure she's near the Oriental
I
Walk.
thought you were down further on Dundas, but this makes more sense.
And
I
was
should have
no.
walked today because there's no parking here.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there's-
Don't tell anyone. We're working on it.
It's a struggle. It's a big struggle.
It's so bad. People, we gotta start carpooling.
Well, I think people just need to start parking closer together.
Jeanette's my partner's gonna come move some signs today.
What signs?
She's like putting up a visitor parking signs. Like literally, no one can park there except like clients or like people coming to the station.
Like the one that fell over?
Yeah, but we're gonna drill. I got her a concrete drill bit, so she's gonna like.
Nice. That's perfect.
She's bringing her DeWalt drill, not her pink drill.
Listen, I bought myself
Love
a
it.
pink drill.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
I know,
but I
and
just
I've been
know it's gonna fall
trolled.
apart.
No.
Ever since then. And
No,
I'm like, I'm
it's just
hanging
the pink
things on
color.
this- I'm hanging things on the wall.
Go for it.
That's it. If I was drilling
yeah.
into concrete, I would buy a real
Yeah.
person drill.
No, you just need a different bit.
That's true. It's
Really.
just a
I guess it's really.
concrete bit.
But would the amount of the power source matter?
I don't know. It depends. They're all different.
What kind of drill do you have?
So I have my own full set of Ryobi tools.
Do you have the glue gun?
I have several glue guns.
I
And
love glue guns.
the nail gun and the drill and the sanders, several.
Several, yeah.
Chop saw.
Why would you need several
Bandsaw.
sanders?
Because it would.
Because
Well, it makes no sense to me.
well, that's you know what? No, it's a totally great question, and it's because I don't do all the work when you come to class.
Oh, right.
Lots of people want to learn how to use the tools.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I have several.
I just thought like there was like a different sander for different jobs, and I'm like, I know there's different sandpaper.
There are different sanders, so I have two different
Jesus.
sanders for two different jobs. But
Yeah.
See, like I know nothing about woodworking, so
That's why we're going to go to a class.
yes, you should totally come to a class.
We have ideas.
oh yeah, I know. We're just like we should have a team building day.
Yeah, I'm like, am I bringing my
Yes.
whole, are we bringing everyone over there?
Pretty much, yeah. We're gonna
Yes.
bring
That would be amazing.
the office over
Little
and just be like,
collab.
okay, we're gonna like
We're gonna create
something together.
Fun. Yes.
and make
Yeah.
fun of each other lightly.
It's all good.
That's
Okay,
what
cool.
I do. That means me and my parents will be there, and that's going to be unhinged.
It'd be lots of fun.
Yeah.
Her parents, well, Martha is,
Martha's HR, which is my mom.
Right. Right.
which is she's a joy.
She's a joy.
Yeah.
She is like HR nightmare, but like she is the problem. But I'll cut that out.
fine.
Where the heck is Ingersoll, and what happens there?
So my family is there. My parents
Okay.
are there. My youngest brother is there, and it is located between Woodstock and London.
I googled it. It's really just like
It's
So tiny.
small town. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yep, tiny,
What's like
tiny
Ingersoll known for?
town. Many years ago, probably cheese.
I
That's
like
fun.
cheese.
There was a cheese factory there.
Okay.
And they made their own like cheese whiz like product.
That's fun.
Sorry, did you say
Was it-
cheese whiz?
Yeah. So like, you know, the consistency comes in
like
a jar.
Velveeta kinda?
Yeah. Only it was in a jar and it was spreadable.
Oh shit.
We're
That sounds
talking
great.
years ago though.
I know, but that sounds great. Like I would love like if we're
Yeah.
at Mapledale or one of those local cheese places made a cheese whiz, I
Ooh,
would
that
like
would be
die
fun.
happy. If you're
Yeah,
listening,
so-
and I know you are. They're not.
Step up. Step up your game.
They're definitely not listening. But if anybody knows anybody,
Maybe they
You
are.
never know who's listening.
But you know what? I fear someone's got to know somebody somewhere.
I think so.
It's like it's like that 3 degrees of separation. Somebody knows somebody at a cheese factory. Please make my dreams come true. Thank you very much.
Let's
Goodbye.
do
Yeah.
some cheese. Yes. More recently, there is a car plant there, Cami Automotive. So it's like but otherwise, yeah, it's
Okay.
just a small town.
I like it.
Yeah.
And then you went to Durham College.
I did. I went to Durham College right out of high school and graduated in sports administration as one of like 4 girls in a class of 80.
Holy crap.
Classic.
Yeah, it was really kind of interesting. So the program was geared to like people who wanted to work in sports management. So second year there was co-op placements, and a lot of my college mates went to like the Blue Jays or the Maple Leafs and like did placements with major league sports teams. I was always focused on municipal rec. My end goal was always, I started in recreation, working as a skating instructor and a lifeguard and a swim instructor and all those things.
Yeah.
So I knew I wanted to work in municipal rec, and I was one of the only people in class who was there for, heading in that direction. So
That's so nice, though. We need that.
yeah, so I spent 25 years of my career. That's what I was doing.
Really?
I love that. Like,
Yeah.
I did all that stuff as a kid, like growing up, and it's just like it was always just so much fun, and I always have like very fond memories about the people who were there.
Mm-hmm.
I had anxiety,
for
so I
sure.
didn't do well in those situations, but I wish I did.
I mean, points for trying.
You know what? Probably if you were a kid now, it would be a very different experience.
Yeah.
I think we've learned so much, and programming, whether it's craft programming or swim programming or whatever for kids, is much more tolerant and much more open and accepting. And everything's not so rigid, right?
rigid when we were
so
younger.
Rigid. Yeah.
Do you remember like the swim colors?
What is that?
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did numbered swim levels.
And like oh yeah, no, this is pre-numbered swim.
Pre-numbers.
Yeah, pre-numbers. I used to get the little square badges. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my jam.
Yeah.
I still have them.
Everyone was really upset when the badges disappeared.
Well, because they were so cool. Like
I got
branding
like
of them was
number
great.
badges.
yeah, they were ugly as sin. Sorry.
The number badges?
I don't mean to like diss your
That's
childhood
fine.
memories, but
They changed the mascot too.
yeah.
So the mascot changed when the colors. Yeah.
I'm learning so much about swimming lessons right now. I also learned to swim in a lake though. Like that's where I did swimming lessons.
Oh,
and
that's
they
fair.
like
That's
when we
fun.
got older, we had to like tread water, they'd make us pass a brick around, and then if you dropped the brick, you had to go get it at the bottom of the lake.
Oh, see, that doesn't sound like fun.
I used to close my eyes because I didn't want to see the seaweed when I was like doing my endurance swim. I was like, I'll get there.
I, like the whole idea of opening my eyes in a lake
had
grosses
goggles
me
on.
right out.
Me too. Like, what kind of particles are getting into my eyeball?
Yeah, but I'm
And
wearing
then it's going to my
goggles,
brain.
guys.
Oh,
But what if it goes into your brain and then eats you from the
Flesh-eating
inside?
disease.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I know it's a thing.
It is a thing now. I just saw a thing on the news. This whole flesh-eating thing that's in the ocean. Don't do it.
Yeah. I've learned you're not like salt water in the ocean. If you have a cut, does not clean it. It infects it.
No, that's really dangerous.
Yeah, it's super dangerous. So
Dang.
you all know now.
No swimming in the ocean.
Don't swim in the
If you have a
ocean.
cut, I'm gonna swim otherwise. But we've got on a tangent about swimming, and I love it.
I mean, I guess if you could just clean it afterwards, you'd be fine, right? Or how's that work?
Jeanette's knee got real infected when we were away.
I don't know.
Like
It's fine
just
now.
recently?
Yeah, because she cut it, but she wanted to keep surfing. So anyway,
I feel like you need to clean it.
Yeah, we did eventually.
Hey babes, are you looking to elevate your spiritual journey, or do you like having crystals and boho decor in your home?
Or do you want to stand in a giant sound bowl and see what that's like? I truly want to stand in the sound bowl.
Whether you're a spiritual junkie looking to find some calm or want to chat with a super amazing lady, Angelic Serendipity is the place to check out.
Andrea, the owner and operator, is a fun-loving babe who left the corporate banking world in the big city to find a slower-paced life in Trenton over a decade ago.
The store carries crystals, tarot cards, oracle books, incense, boho clothing and decor, sound bowls, and so much more.
Head into Angelic Serendipity to learn, explore, and shop the wonderful inventory. Located at 2 King Street, Trenton, by Liberty Tax.
For amazing Angelic Serendipity content, follow the store on Facebook at Angelic Serendipity and on Instagram at angelic.serendipity_.
The Family Dental Center is calling all prom goers and brides-to-be. In addition to classic and restorative dentistry, they offer cosmetic treatments including whitening.
Whether you want to impress your prom date or wow a wedding guest, a bright white smile is a must-have.
The Family Dental Center has 2 forms of teeth whitening to help you achieve a sparkling smile.
The in-office Zoom whitening is completed by one of their skilled dental hygienists and takes about an hour. You can relax, scroll, or even listen to your favorite podcast, as whitening gel and blue light technology whitens your teeth to their optimal brightness.
Too busy or too anxious sitting for a long period? Try the take-home Zoom whitening kit. This is a great option for sensitive teeth. A custom-made tray and the use of a whitening agent at home for 2 to 4 weeks will gradually whiten your teeth to achieve a dazzling smile.
For more information on the FDC teeth whitening options, go to FamilyDentalCenter.com and navigate to the Cosmetic Treatment tab or tap the link in our show notes.
With that, how'd you end up in Belleville?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, how long have you been here and how did you get here?
So I met my husband 17 years ago, and I was working in Port Hope at the time, and he was from Madoc. He's like born and raised, bred in Madoc. And so I met him and eventually just moved here.
Was he living here or was he
in Madoc? So we lived in Madoc up until the first year of the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Then you were like, it's time to move.
Yeah, we started the business actually at the house in Madoc. And then when we moved to Belleville, that's when things really started to progress. And we had space in the basement and we transformed it into our very first workshop space. And yeah, then things just really started to take off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I was working in Belleville. Greg was working in Belleville. The girls go to school in Belleville. They were riding the bus from Madoc. Like, it just didn't make sense for us to live there much longer. We were wasting a lot of time on the road. So, so Belleville it was.
So you've only been here, like, not from far away, but you've only been here for, like,
It'll be 3 years. Yeah. In October. We moved in October. So.
And so the business really, like, so how long has Your Creative Junction been?
So Your Creative Junction started under a different name.
Okay.
Started under Chic Chucking and Design because I was like not good at choosing business names.
It's hard. She's good at it.
It's so hard. Even this name I stressed over. We stressed and stressed. Oh my gosh. And so it started because when the pandemic hit, my girls shut down. They both have high anxiety. They both refuse to participate in online school. There was
I get it.
Something about that camera that they were like, no, not
Mine
having
wouldn't do it either.
Yeah.
No, she was like, I don't want to do the camera. I'm like, fine. So I got her like the little cover for the camera, and her teacher's like, oh, turn the camera on. I was like, no, she's not turning the camera on. She can hear you. She's here. I'm right here. It's fine.
Yeah. So we struggled with that a lot. I was working full time in another career. And so I was trying to help them manage their anxieties, which has been a lifelong journey for us.
You should talk to my mom.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It really, and my husband has his own struggles with anxiety. So it's like, it's there. It's part of everyday life.
Yeah.
So I needed to show them. It was twofold. I needed to show them that camera wasn't scary. And I needed to teach them something because I felt like a bad mom. Like
you weren't.
I know.
And you're not.
I know. But in your head, that's the kind of stuff that happens, right? And they weren't going to school. They were going to get behind. Or like rewind the clock 3 years. We were all in this state of panic, right? And I was so worried that they were going to be so far behind in school. So it's like, okay, we're gonna scale this. We're gonna do this business. These kids are gonna learn about customer service, and they're gonna learn about crafting and creating as a business.
Yeah.
And I flipped on the camera on Facebook Live and started crafting to no one.
Wow, why do I have goosebumps?
I needed to lead by example and show them. There's nothing wrong with that camera. There's no one there. There's no one there.
You were such a good mom.
Yeah, and they loved to craft with me. So they were, for the longest time, out here, outside of camera range, and then they would creep in, and then they'd creep out, and then they'd creep in, and we'd do something. And I was crafting to no one for a long time, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And then I participated in like a, what did they call them? Like a online vendor event.
Yeah.
And that's where, and I shared my craft during that event. And people were like, oh, this looks interesting. I'm going to follow you. So then we got a few little followers. And then it just grew and grew. 396 days we crafted live every night at 7:30.
Seriously?
Yeah, every night.
So freaking cute.
It was so much fun, but we started getting feedback from the participants who were watching us. Please don't stop. Please don't stop, because you are the one beacon of sunshine. Like, I don't want to sound cheesy, but like we were all in the middle of stress, like high stress city. And people were like, you're positive, you're fun, we're crafting. We don't even care that we're not crafting. We just want to tune in and watch the gong show that is crafting at Sarah's house.
I love it.
I think, though, when I first met you, that's like, because I think you started following us. Like, I remember following, and then I remember meeting you. And, like, you are just this ray of, like, sunshine and positivity.
Oh,
and as someone who, like, more than not has, like, the doom and gloom cloud over them, it's, like, a refreshing... I'm like, oh, so the world's not a horrible place right now. Like,
not right now. I think that we all have to interject where we can, as much positivity as we can, and being creative helps with that. And yeah, like there's just so many layers to the onion. My girls, along with their anxiety, are perfectionists. And my youngest in particular, who loves art, but would tear pages out of her sketchbook and throw them away because it wasn't perfect. So by crafting, it just snowballed. And then I could say, oh, well, we messed that up. How can we fix it? Or do we love this, right? There was just so many positive messages and lessons in what it was that we were doing that was far beyond quote unquote crafting, right? That we were able to share. And our audience, if I can call them that,
we're calling them
strange.
Yeah. No, it feels weird, but like, I mean, that's what they are. They're watching you. It's an audience.
They would say things like, had such a stressful day, but I know that I can tune in and watch you at 7:30 every day craft, and it just helps lighten my load. Or my husband knows that it's his responsibility to take the kids so that I can zone out and just watch you craft for half an hour every day at 7:30. So that kind of stuff really added fuel to our fire. And just made it so we need to keep crafting. People are relying on us. I got to keep crafting. And then things started to lift. Yay. And so those people who I'd never met said, would you do this in person? And I was like, I guess. By this point, I'd been downsized. My career was no longer, and I was like looking for what's going to be this next thing for me. And you're like really looking inward to what brings me joy. And this was it. So I took a leap and said to my husband, we're going to do this. And he said, sounds like it. Let's go.
Well, I love it.
We jumped
I
in
also
with
love
both
a
feet.
supportive partner. Like,
Oh, yeah. I'm all about that.
Yeah. He had already been helping me. Like, he does a lot of my woodworking for me. He helps come up with ideas, like class ideas and project ideas, and sees through the crazy things that come out of my head. So, yeah, he's always been super supportive. And he even recently will say things like, we have to go big.
yeah.
We have to rent the storefront. You can't continue to do this small anymore. You just got to keep going.
Does he have a brother?
That's a loaded question.
I tried.
We tried. You're trying.
Yeah.
But I love that, though. Like, that's really, like, I find that you don't see that. Maybe I'm just blind and completely, like, jaded and just angry at men and people in general in relationships. But, like, I find it so refreshing to know that there are partners out there that will support you and your passions and your dreams and, like, push you to do the scary thing.
Yeah, big time push me to do the scary thing, because I feel like I'm over that hurdle now, although it still creeps up. Lots of like imposter syndrome every day, right?
Oh, yeah.
That, yeah.
But over that leap now, like it's just become the new normal, that this is what we're doing. This is big and it's scary, but this is our new normal and we're doing it.
Well, snaps to you guys. I just think that's
I love
super
what
sweet.
you're doing because as someone too who's like struggled with mental illness, and my whole life I've always like turned to like crafts as like an outlet. Like they're always like I get into phases, of course, but like you know, I'll knit or crochet and then like embroider and then Mod Podge. And I remember I had a friend, and I think I've said this before on the pod, but I had a friend in high school, and she was like an artist, like fine artist, like went to OCAD, and she was like, you're not really an artist, but like you're really crafty. And I was like, yeah, I am. Like I don't have I guess I just don't have the capacity to, and I don't have like that hand or eye of like really fine art or stuff. But like, I love like creating things and just like having a creative outlet, no matter if it's woodworking or, you know, my friends used to come over on play dates, and I'd be like, we're going to build a chair. I have a 2x4. We're going to saw apart. And that's what we would do. They had no choice in the matter.
Love it.
I was like, we're going to build a chair. You can't sit on it, and then we'll paint it.
You didn't know you were a lesbian until then? Like,
I had no idea. I was just like, look, I have a handsaw.
screams.
So funny.
No, like I am the son my dad always wanted. He has a son, but I'm the one. I'm the better one. I made the model cars. I did the woodworking. So here we are.
What did Cam do?
I don't know, like played Pokemon and watched Lord of the Rings. I don't know. He lived in the basement. That's where he was. He's like a typical older brother. It's like he's downstairs. You can go see him if you want.
Sometimes they growl for food.
Yeah, like he's great. But yeah, like,
how old are your girls now?
My girls are 11 and 12.
Okay, I have a 14-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. Sometimes she just like pops out. She'll like scurry down and she'll be like, "Is there food?"
Yep.
Where are the snacks?
They're scary. I feel like it's a scary age.
It is a scary age.
My niece is 10 and I'm starting to get scared.
It is. Mm-hmm. Sometimes things get thrown.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the throne, but like what scares me is like the social media.
Yeah.
And the Snapchat.
Yeah. It is.
I tried for so long. I was like, no, you can't have, like, you can have anything else, but you cannot have Snapchat.
That's
how they text each other.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hate it.
I do too. I
of
refuse.
them.
I don't have Snapchat, but my husband does, and he will snap Addison when she's in her room, and I'm like, dude, she's right there. Like, get up and go talk to her. But
I will say I used to
That's how they
call my
communicate.
mom from like the other side of the, like I would like call her from a cell phone and be like, hey, can you bring me a snack?
I call Kate all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, come down for dinner. I don't want to yell.
Yeah.
right.
So I just call her,
Yeah.
which I know is like stupid. Like I live in a townhouse. Like it's not.
Actually, having said that, we have like Alexas in every room.
Alexa, get her.
Drop in on.
See, I used to do that, and then my Alexa it was a Google Home, and it started unmuting itself and muting itself.
Oh.
And it was weird. It's like, now, I was like, muted. Now, unmuted. And I'm like, no, like,
That's creepy.
During bedtime, you can be muted.
Yeah.
And then, like, I got a really weird, like, phone call one day, and it came through my Google.
Ooh, that's weird.
And I answered it because I was like, who's calling me at 3 a.m.? And I didn't check to see who it was. And it was, like, some, like, random dude from, like, India. And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, I'm from India and I want to move to Canada. How do I do that? And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, how did you get
know
my
what
phone?
time it is? Like, you don't just call random people.
And then I found out my phone number was on a porn website. And I was like, I wonder how that happened. Anyways,
That's not
Back
good.
that later.
you can totally edit that out.
I will if you want me to.
I don't
What was
really-
the first craft you did live? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I think we were.
Like, what were most of the crafts, or was it just like a array of?
We did a lot of signs.
Yeah.
Like we did a lot of chalkboard because when I first started, we were working with a product that was removable. So the whole idea was that you could lay down this transfer. It was reusable, put down chalk paste, peel it up, and then ta-da, I made this sign and it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Super fast, super easy, great results every time. And then you could wash it off and start again. So it was kind of like Etch-a-Sketch, only chalk.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of that in the beginning. And then, things just evolved from there. We did a whole series on like dollar store DIY because we were all stuck.
Yeah.
Or Amazon, because everything like Amazon was getting delivered to everybody's house every day. So what are some things that you can buy from Amazon and that you can create with?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Here you go.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And then, so did you evolve then post lockdown into, because you did like craft parties, right? You would go into people's houses and lead a craft?
Yeah, so that was how it started. So craft parties in people's houses and our very first weekend retreat. Most of these people who were my followers and were following us online wanted to get away from their families because we were.
I mean, I don't blame them.
We were with them so
Sometimes
much.
you
we
want
were with
to.
them so much. So based on their comfort level and mine, and I was able to rent Circle Square Ranch, which is in Arden. And these people had never met me before and literally said, we're going to go away for a weekend with you and you're going to craft with us. Putting our trust in you. And here we go. A weekend
Sounds so
away.
wholesome.
I
love that,
It
though.
was amazing. And I can't say, like, I have said this over and over again. It is very difficult to articulate what happens when you bring together a room of like-minded people who really just want to feel positive and learn something new and make new friends. And within minutes, people who didn't know each other were laughing and were connecting. And that's really a bit after, like you talk about evolution, but as we moved out of lockdown into doing things in person, it really became about how do we bring people together to make new connections, make new friends, support one another through creativity.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens at class, and that's what happens at weekend retreat is people just, everyone's there to have a good time and to make new friends and be creative. And it is absolutely amazing. I don't know how to articulate it, but it is.
I feel like that's like I feel like I need to go on this retreat.
I feel like you do too.
Yeah.
I feel like it would heal some social anxiety.
I have like really bad social anxiety since the pandemic. Like to the point like I barely go to the grocery store. I always have them delivered.
Yep.
Because I'm like the thought of going to the grocery store makes me want to throw up.
Sure.
I can do Shoppers. That's about it though. Maybe the dollar store.
It's
Yeah.
you've come like since since I came back, like you've gotten so great.
But that's
You're
the thing though is
trying.
like I think that, you know, knowing that I have my comfy thing, which is the crafting.
Yeah.
And everybody else is also like super into crafting. I
Yep.
feel like I could totally thrive.
well,
And everybody is there for the same reason.
Yeah.
You would be surprised the number of people who tell me through private messages in confidence, like, I'm really struggling with getting myself to this retreat, but I know I need to get there.
Yeah.
For fill in the blank for reasons. Most of them often mental health.
yeah.
I need this for myself. I need a break away from fill in the blank, right? And once they get there, you see the shoulders just
Like, oh
Yeah.
God, I can just like exhale.
yeah.
Yeah.
And people who were like masked and we're hugging one another. People who had
Yeah.
never met each other before. Like, it's just, it's very heartwarming.
I
for
think
sure.
too the nice thing, because for instance, I think we were at the Quinte Women in Business Christmas party. They had like, is her name
Alexis.
which we'll circle back
Yes.
to because I know you work with her. But she did like the tree ornament.
Oh my gosh,
craft.
yeah.
And I think there's something about like being able to sit down, but have like you're not just expected to talk. There's something to do, like especially for me, and I feel like ADHD brains, like there's just something to be able to be doing something and not just have to be like staring at a person and being like, should I keep looking in your eyes or should I look at the wall for a bit and then circle back to your eyes? Like actually and then being able to talk it takes so much pressure off.
It does. It's a natural icebreaker, and it gives you something to talk about.
Yeah.
Right? So naturally, we're there for the same purpose. We're going to create something. Yours is going to look different than mine, but we're bonding over that thing that we are both interested in, which creates this natural sense of ease.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I also really think this is completely off topic, but I also really think it's cool when people can all come together, do exactly the same things with the same steps, and come up with completely different results.
Yeah.
That's why I love like watching people like when they post their results from paint parties. I love those, and it's just because I just like seeing how people interpret
Everything's so
differently.
different. I know. One of the things we love about it is that everybody comes and does whatever craft interests them, both at workshops and classes and retreats. You choose what interests you. We're not all doing the same thing. And then the people in the room start to help. Like this bond happens, like, hey, what do you think about this color? Or what do you think about these two pieces together? Like there's this, everybody starts to connect on that level. It is. Yeah.
I think too, you also, because I think too, when I think of like we're going to have like our friends come together and someone's going to come in and lead a craft workshop. One thing I like that you told me was everyone can do something different at a different price point. So there's not that pressure, like from a financial point of view either, that you all have to be doing the same thing. And like, maybe you don't even want to make that, which I think is very unique for what. Maybe it's not, but I feel like it's unique for what you're offering.
Yeah, I do think it's unique for sure. And I think it's important that everyone have equal opportunity to be creative and crafty, and that your budget is your budget, and it shouldn't be a reason to not participate.
Yeah.
So let's make sure, and we're very mindful of what it is that we offer, that there is a range of projects so that everyone feels like they can be included and that they can create something, whether it's for budgetary reasons or it's because, you know what, I don't like that. I don't want to make that. I want to make something else. Then you get to choose and take home something that you love, you created, and you really do want to hang on the wall or hand out as a gift or, whatever the case may be. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah. It's actually kind of cool too to see a room full of people all being creative and everyone's doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really neat.
That is very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like, I think I need this retreat.
I think we're signing you up. Do you think we can expense it? It's a write-off.
It's a write-off. It's definitely a write-off.
For sure.
That's our new favorite thing to say. Don't know what it means, but it's a write-off.
I know what it means.
I just know it from like Schitt's Creek when David's like, it's a write-off.
Everything's a write-off.
Everything's a write-off, right?
When you own your own business, everything is a write-off.
Yeah, well, hey, John. Martha, please tell John we are writing off.
Sometimes he listens. Scary to think.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Thank you for letting us do this.
Yeah. Why does he listen to me? Okay, here we go. Obviously, you took a huge jump, like getting the storefront. What was that process like? And obviously, you had a supportive partner, which is amazing. But
it was scary as hell. I'm not going to lie. I knew nothing about commercial real estate. I knew I switched from a career in recreation to owning my own business. Yeah. And I thought, well, some of these skills are transferable, but like there's a lot that I have no idea. Yeah. And lots of days, like Hot Mess Express is not a lie. Like I'm like, no idea, but let's figure it out.
Yeah.
It's kind of been my like mantra.
I feel like that is small business mantra. That's just life mantra. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm going to figure it out.
But we're going to figure it out. And I'm not saying no to anything. That's one of my biggest things is I'm not saying no just because I don't know or it's going to be scary.
Yeah. I feel like that's a mindset I need.
That's good advice.
We're just going to do it.
Yeah.
If it feels right and it's within like our vision and it fills our values, then we're just going to go and we'll figure it out as we go.
I love that.
So that was the same process that I applied to this whole commercial real estate journey. We'll call it that.
Yeah.
Greg was with me the whole time. He was the one pushing, like, let's find something. We have to find the right place.
God, go brag.
Yeah, like big time. Because I was like still pulling back, like, oh, this is huge and scary and
it's so scary to believe in yourself and what you're trying to do.
It's like investing in yourself is the scariest thing.
It is really, really scary. But he kept pushing and I was like, okay, we're just going to do it. Big shout outs to Ben who helped me. And he's like, we've been working with them. They sold a house and, all these things. But he was like, okay, let's find the right property. I had no idea that you sought commercial property with a real estate agent. I had no idea. I didn't know that you submitted an offer on commercial real estate.
Even if you're leasing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Had no idea.
Think we should get a commercial real estate agent on.
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, we looked at a number of properties. We thought about like traffic and where are our customers currently coming from. So where would they follow us to? That kind of stuff. We looked at downtown. We looked at everywhere. Anything that was available from a size perspective that was kind of what we needed, we looked at. And then we circled back to this. This was the first property that Greg saw and sent to me.
Really?
Yeah, and he sent it to me, and I was like, that looks expensive.
It's like sometimes it's just like you get that gut feeling. Yeah. Greg got the gut feeling.
He did. Yeah.
This is it.
He did. So we saw like probably 4, 5, 6 different properties and then circled back to this one and actually saw it in person. Because when Greg sent it to me, it was just like, here's the listing. And I looked at it, but didn't actually physically go and see it. And then when we saw it in person, we were like, yep, this is it. Like I didn't even need to.
So much of that is, so behind that is like storage like so now though so many people have bought like the storage lockers as business fronts, like so that little spot that as the Olympics there now has so much business, and I think it's just growing. And now because this building's been here, like we've been here for like 10 years or longer. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I feel like we've watched, like there used to be nothing at this end of town.
Yeah, business grow for sure.
So it's just fun watching like new things and exciting things come to this end of town.
Yeah, it is really cool. It's a great spot for us to be in because we do have a lot of customers who come from Trenton and from Brighton. So like this is sort of kind of halfway in between. Do you know what I mean?
Though, because it's not like you don't have to go like all the way down into downtown. You don't have to go like all the way, north or to the county or wherever. It's like it's kind of in that little sweet spot.
Yeah, and if people are coming like off the highway, they just have to come down Loyalist. Like it's not the worst
it's easy
thing
to
in the
get
world.
to.
It is. It's pretty easy to get to. And now the signs are up. Did you see the signs today? Oh my God. I was so excited to see those signs go up. What a process.
Yeah. Is it? Just to put signs up?
Yeah.
The things you learn as you
No idea.
I've made banners, so I'm like, that doesn't look like a military airplane. That looks like a commercial airplane.
Sometimes they land in Trenton, I think, if they have military people on them. I don't know.
Sorry,
I
got distracted. But I made the signs at the side of the building, and that's a freaking process.
I wouldn't even start to think about
I cried so many times.
We cry a lot even during billboard time.
Billboard time is also very scary. So I understand the big printed.
What is that? Billboard time?
Like
I make billboards.
Oh, I had no idea. You make them?
Well, I don't make them, but I design them. But I have to make sure that like the file is right and that. And half the time, it's like I learn something new every single time I do it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee your next sign will be, you'll know the process. So you'll be like, okay.
Yeah, I think creatively I struggled. Like I second guess myself all the time.
Yeah.
I have a mug that says, hang on a second, I need to overthink that.
Oh my God, I need that mug. How do I get that? I'm making it. I'm going to craft it.
Yeah, of course we can. But yeah, like just overthinking the process, right? I hired Mr. Prince, like local again. Yep. So like within the, sort of this end of town, and he did them for me, but it was just that delays, like ink and bucket trucks and like all of the things, and things just seem to move so much slower now. So
waiting for like material is insane. Has that affected crafting?
Not really, because all of our wood products we like source locally and then mill.
Nice.
So we will like bring in stuff that's raw and much bigger than it needs to be, and then Greg makes it what it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
So it makes it so that we have a little bit more control over that product. Everything else, when I'm planning classes, I plan for what's available. So I'm not going to plan a class for something if something isn't available right then. And I'm always looking for new things, new interesting options. So if it's not available right now, then we just, try it next month or whatever when it is available. But
And how many
Yeah.
workshops do you run a month normally, or is it varies?
It varies. We've been running, 2 or 3 a week.
Oh my goodness.
And now that have the storefront, the whole idea is that when we are open, you're welcome to drop in and craft.
Yeah.
So use our supplies. Use
Lunch dates.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm working on this thing right now, and it sounds fucking crazy.
Is it the Barbie shoes?
The Barbie shoes.
The Barbie shoes.
And I
Cool.
don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but we're just kind of going from there.
Sounds like a wall installation.
That's kind of where I'm going.
Yeah.
Put it in the new office.
Yeah, so right
Or
now,
in a bathroom.
Oh.
yeah. So it
So
doesn't really
fun.
make any sense. But
Crafting doesn't have to make
Doesn't
sense.
make
makes me-
sense.
honestly, it's like my sister's like, I don't understand. I'm like, you don't have to.
You
It
don't
brings
have
me
to.
joy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've learned to trust your brain. Like, she'll say something and I'm like, I don't get it, but I believe in you and
Yeah.
let's do it.
Exactly. Just do it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
And it doesn't matter. That's the
No,
whole thing.
I know. And I think I have that perfectionist thing that you were talking about with your daughter. Like, I have that too.
Yep.
And it's like, you know what? Like, you can fail sometimes. It's fine.
You would be surprised the number of people who come to class, come to retreat, who say, I can't do it. I'm not crafty. Really, most of the time what that translates into is, I don't want to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not willing to try because I will screw this up. Or people will say out loud, I will screw that up.
That's okay.
And if you can get over the hurdle and then help them through the process, the epiphany at the end of a 2-hour or 3-hour class is amazing. It's like, yes, you can. Yes, you did. Look. And it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
It has to be made by you. That's
Gotta
all
be
it
like
has to
some
be.
sort of confidence boost in that too.
Yes.
I think too,
huge.
like in a society, we've been taught that like things have, again, it's like regimented. Things have to be perfect, or
Yeah.
it's not. You're not good enough. So
Yeah.
crafting, I feel like, can help you break that mold.
It absolutely can.
I've never thought about crafting that way.
Yeah.
No, neither have I. But now I'm like, that makes sense. I need to craft more.
Yeah, we definitely need to craft more.
I would lobby that everyone needs to craft more because
Yeah.
it engages the part of your brain that doesn't get used as often as it should. And it also, there's a chemical reaction, this release of, I'm probably going to misquote serotonin, the right chemicals, right, that make you feel so happy and joyful and accomplished, and sense of satisfaction, and all of those things happen when you create something with your hands.
yeah. Oh, I like
Whether
that.
it's Barbie shoes or it's wood burned charcuterie boards,
like,
it doesn't matter.
My brain was just kind of like, add disco ball tiles.
Oh, she's really into. She loves disco ball
Love
tiles
that.
right now.
Disco ball tiles. Oh, so fun.
I have like
I feel like we
7,000 of
need
them right
to
now.
do like a Babes of Quinte, Your Creative Junction
Collab.
where we do a
Yes.
workshop and it involves Barbie shoes and disco ball tiles.
Disco balls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we make
and
a disco
glow in the
ball?
dark paint.
Yeah. I like a
Can we make a
rave
disco
energy.
ball planter?
Yeah.
Of course we can.
Okay, so
We
we're
got
gonna
some
we're gonna
we're gonna noodle.
off the mic noodle this and like make a
I'm gonna
collab.
circle. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. In the intro, I said you are a networking queen because we do see you out at many networking events, and you have worked with Alexis.
Alexis from Design by Alexis Rose.
And you do workshops at Myers Creek. Like, how did that all come to be?
That's just me not saying no to anything.
I love that.
So Myers Creek happened literally over the Christmas break, where I was like, I had this brainwave. This happens a lot, where I'm like, oh, this would be kind of cool. So, and I don't know what it looks like in the end. I just know that we need to get started. We need to do something. So I reached out to Greta at Myers Creek, sent her an email, said, hey, you don't know me.
Did you start like that for realsies?
Yep.
Love it.
That's our energy.
And I don't drink beer. I wish I
Neither
could,
do I.
but I can't. So how do you feel about doing workshops in your brewery?
That sounds like it kind of goes together perfectly.
It does go together perfectly. And she has the same energy and bounced right back and was like, it's Christmas break, but yes, hell yes, let's do this. And that's really how it started with her. And the same thing, Katie at Empire Estates, who was out at Empire Estates wedding and event venue on Desirana Road, also owns Sip and Saddle. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. But same thing. Hey, do you want to do workshops in your space? And
Okay.
Sounds great.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Just reaching out to people who I've met through social media most of the time, and I try and like not be creepy in people's DMs.
We do that. I'm like, hey, I've never met you. You want to be on the podcast? That's how like networking first started. Like I started because I moved back to Belleville, so I started going to events.
Yeah.
And we had just started the podcast, and I'd like have a card in my pocket. And I'd be like, do you want to be on my podcast? Just like yell it at people. I'm like, so sorry, I don't know how to interact normally. Like, did you like that? Are we best friends now?
Basically,
I love it.
Yeah. So same energy here. I get it.
Exactly. I like attracts like. It's just the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're willing to step outside of your comfort zone and just be like, hey, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know what the end product looks like, but are you willing to work with me on this? Away we go.
I think too we've discovered this a lot talking to people on the podcast, especially local business owners, is like we have a community of local business owners who like want to hype each other up and want to support. There's a word for it.
community.
No, it's another word I think, but similar to that. It's like community collaborate. I don't know. I feel like Jen said it. Like you're just supporting each other instead. Like competition's okay, and like you can support each other with even if you're in the same industry. It's okay.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that you are successful when you are in a place where you can lift others up.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Because like if they're like Taylor from the Grind of Mine was just on our podcast, and he just launched his podcast.
Yep.
And it's, you know, same but different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think that there's space for everybody to do their thing, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that's, yeah, I just think it's a very cool
I do
thing that's
too.
happening.
I do. And I think that those negative thoughts that we've all, I don't know if we were taught this or if it's just been like inherently like, I can't tell people what I'm doing because someone might steal my idea, or I can't share your content, or I can't be excited for what it is that you're doing because then that might take my customers away from me and they might go and follow. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, we all want to be successful, and if we're all positive around one another, then we're all going to be successful. That's what.
Well, that's the thing. And it's like the people who spend money with me aren't always going to spend money with me. Sometimes people like variety.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not natural for people to like constantly do one thing all the time.
That's
I
right.
think it was like the farming, like when I was farming, that's where I learned it the most. Like farmers have small scale farmers have this mentality. Like if I didn't have it, I was like, oh, here's someone who may have it right now. Or like if another farmer didn't have something like that and they knew I might have it, then I could like get it to them. At least we're trying to keep our customers happy, and that's the end goal. So if we can support each other on that and see the larger picture, I think that's really important.
Exactly. And not just our customers, but as small businesses, we want to help support them so that they are successful.
Exactly.
Right? Me collaborating with Mars Creek or Alexis or Bay of Quinte Candle Co., like any of those companies, that collaboration brings success to both of us.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what we want. And we bring a new offering to our community, our customers who are all looking for things to do that are different and interesting. So it's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
Also, I think that's maybe part of sorry, hold on. My brain needs to process. Coming out of the pandemic, I think that's kind of what we've learned is, yes, I can go to Walmart and get everything under one roof, but are they going to be supporting me? Are they going to be hyping me up? Are they going to be the ones that are showing up and sponsoring my kids' baseball team?
Yeah.
Are they going to be the ones that are going to hype up a workshop that I'm doing? Are they going to be the ones to, you know what I mean? Like, you never see that. Like, no shots at the people who work at the Walmart. Like, that's fine. Like, you know, you're making your cash, like, do your thing. But like at the same time, it's like that's not that corporation is not gonna make our community thrive.
No, and that corporation is set up to be successful regardless, right? So we have to really be hyper focused on how do we support other small businesses so that they can be successful, because they're swimming upstream against the big corporations, right? So how can we help like almost over focus on, you know, what we can do to help them?
I think this is just like a subtle, I guess, promo for the radio station, but like radio now is like all being bought out by like bigger companies like Bell and
Rogers. All
And
those
so
big ones.
in Belleville, we're like an anomaly because both radio stations are locally owned, like mom and pop shops. And like, I don't think people realize like how crazy that is for what is happening in the radio industry, right? So there's so many things.
It doesn't happen. Like you go to Kingston,
they're
you go
all
to
like,
they're all owned by Bell.
And I think that's like one thing Belleville has is it does have these like amazing, it does put local ahead of things. And I do think people really want to support each other.
I think so too. That's been our experience for sure. And the more we talk to people, the more we connect with other businesses who want to support and want to help. And it
is cool like networking because so like I did a market. I did the conservation market like back in the fall, and I met like Alexis was next to me. So and I met her there, and then she was at the Quinte Women in Business, and then I know you do things with her, and then I know Cheyenne through like CO marketing through you. So there's just like everything's connected, and I love it.
I do too.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it is. It's so much fun, and it's a real group of people who's genuinely feel like they want to be supportive of one another,
for sure,
and that you like it's priceless.
It does seem like a new millennial thing. Like the millennials are coming in / like I don't know what generations above us.
Okay, well I won't tell you how old I am.
But still, you have that.
I'm an elder millennial, so it's fine.
You have that mindset of like, I feel like it's this new mindset of like collaboration instead of shutting.
Yeah,
shutting like,
people out. And gatekeeping is my biggest one. I cannot gatekeep.
No. Let me tell you where I got it from and how to do it. And these are all the things that I learned that were crappy along the way. Don't do them.
I had this conversation last night. It's like I can give you all the tools and stuff, but it's my skill that makes what I do different.
Right.
And your skill is going to make what you do different.
That's right.
And that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And my personality is going to connect with some people and not connect with others.
Exactly.
And so, like I said, I've said it more than once, but like the people who are drawn to my energy are going to come and hang out. And that's great. Yeah. That's what we want.
Yeah. Same with the podcast. Like
same here. Yeah.
The vibe has to match. We can't just like, we have to build each other up. It can't just be like a stepping stone.
Yeah. We're not a stepping stone.
No.
And that's what we don't like.
No, definitely not.
Can we wrap it? Oh, wait. Tell us about your dog.
Oh my God.
Pets of Quinte. That's a new segment.
It's our new segment called The Pets of Quinte. We want to know all about
Bailey.
Yeah. Is that a doodle?
It is a doodle. She is a doodle. So we have a senior doodle as well, but she is little. So she's an esky poo.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Squeak.
An American Eskimo poodle.
Oh my goodness.
Cross. She's 15. And
sweet baby angel.
Little white dogs live a very long and full life.
My parents' dog lived till 19.
Yeah. So
rest in peace, Digby.
Yeah. We wanted to be like ahead of the game.
Yeah.
And the dog is very important for Addison in terms of her comfort. So we got ourselves a doodle, a big floppy, like I don't know how else to describe.
They are very floppy dogs.
Like she's just like she goes to lay down and it's like thud. It's like it's insane. So she is 7 months.
She's big already.
She's huge.
Because I was like, oh, they have a dog. Like I was looking through your Instagram because you did National Puppy Day.
Yep.
And then I scroll back. I was like, they recently got this dog that is now huge.
She is. She's over 50 pounds.
Holy crap.
And she stands quite tall.
Nice.
So she is. She has started her obedience training.
Nice. That's good.
So that she can come and hang out at the shop with me.
You have want a shop dog.
I know. I want a shop dog.
Yeah.
I love a shop dog.
We have an office dog. Creed comes to work.
Yeah.
I didn't bring him today,
Yeah.
but they're important.
She's fabulous. She's lovely. She loves people, but she is not well mannered. Like
Yeah.
when 50 pounds
Still a
jumps on
baby.
you and her feet land here,
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
She's still a baby though.
She is.
She just needs to learn
She does.
some manners. It's fine. We love you,
My
Bailey.
dogs have no manners, so I gotta. My one's on anti-anxiety, so we're working on it.
Yeah. Fortunately, she's really fabulous. Like she loves people. She loves other dogs.
Oh, I love
She's
that.
been really quick to learn. But she's just floppy and goofy and
I love it though.
So cute.
It's like my cat.
yeah.
Your new one?
No, Coco. He's orange and just like a flop. Literally a flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She tries to sit on my lap, but she's too big. So she leaves her back legs on the floor and her front legs on my lap and her head. She's like,
I know. My dogs think they're lap dogs and they weigh like 50 pounds. I'm like, what are we doing here?
I know, you're too heavy. Please get off
Get
me.
off of me. Yeah.
I just want to snuggle.
Oh, she loves to snuggle. She's such a,
Oh,
she's
I'm
so good.
That's why I like because I'm the office kind of pet sitter. So if people go away,
are.
I
Oh,
will. I'll take the
nice.
pets. So like I've taken Emily on 95.5.
Yep.
I take Wesley. I take Martha's cat.
Love it.
Because my dogs will eat the cat.
Yeah.
So I can't have cats.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I get all the snuggles all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? One thing that just happened. Can I tell you
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
They just confirmed that my grand opening is going to be May 2nd.
So we get like all the chambers going to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
I
freaking
love
cool.
that.
So we're going to do
I was wondering.
Yeah, the dignitaries and the like grand opening with the ribbon and the official stuff
Oh my goodness.
on
We'll come.
Tuesday, May
Yeah,
2nd.
can we come?
But
Yeah.
then we're going to do a launch party.
Can we come to that
Yes,
too? Okay.
you can. Because my craft peeps, that's what I call them,
That's
can't
cute.
come at 1 o'clock on
Yeah.
a Tuesday.
I can.
So
We'll be
you
there.
can come to both.
I'm just right there though. So
Yeah,
like
we'll mosey on down.
Yeah. So then we're going to do the launch party on the Saturday so that everybody can
exciting.
feel involved. And yeah, all the people who've supported us along the way, we want to make sure they have an opportunity to come, and all the vendors who are moving in for the Makers Market, because we have this whole like
Wait,
front.
what's the Makers Market?
So the Makers Market is all local handmade things.
Wow.
And they have space in the store and we retail it for them.
Oh.
that is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
That's
I had
so
no
cool.
idea.
Yeah. So
there was one of those in Peterborough when I was living there, and
Yeah.
it's so cool because it really does like give local creatives a place to.
yes.
products.
Yeah. And my priority is always, hey, do you want to teach a class? And if you want to teach a class, do you want a shelf to sell your stuff? And not everybody's comfortable teaching. I've come to learn that. So that's cool. But yeah, we're still like accepting people who might want to come and be
Okay.
part of our vibe and sell
We'll
their
share.
stuff.
Is that in your link tree?
No,
Okay.
it should be.
We'll share it. Well, but your link tree will be in the show notes.
Awesome.
The other thing I wanted, when do people need to register for the retreat by if they're interested?
The next retreat is June 9th.
Okay.
And 45 days ahead of that
Yeah,
is
I just
the
read
deadline.
that. So sorry.
Like, what is the date? I'd have to look at it.
I don't know.
And then
It's probably
you
approaching
have-
really fast.
I feel like I'm like on your website right now. So you have a wood burning, like cocktail charcuterie and wood burning coming up.
So there's 3 wood burnings happening at the end of April.
April 29th.
Yep, at
There's-
Empty Estates, and then probably the 25th and 26th, the Monday, Tuesday
Yeah.
at Myers Creek.
24th, 25th.
There we go.
I'm here. I'm helping.
Yay!
But we'll share that, all the links in our
Awesome.
link tree and
We don't have a link tree.
in our show notes.
yeah.
Words are hard.
Okay.
But we're so excited. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
And watching you grow and just, I know you've been doing this for a while, but watching the growth in the last year and you just believing in yourself.
Thank
and taking the
you.
jump has
Thank you.
been really cool.
Yeah, it's been really fun. And it's really, the best part I say is meeting really cool new people who
Yeah.
want to do and hang out. And
Yeah.
create
You're a really
stuff.
cool person too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything you want to shout out before I shut her down?
I think that it's really important to shout out all the people that we're partnering with and all the other small local businesses that are working with us because we wouldn't be where we were if it wasn't for them who also have that same like, hey, yeah, we'll come along for the ride kind of thing. So that's really cool. All those people are, a big part of our success. Yeah. So, yeah, it's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah,
Can we
thank
rapid
you
fire?
so
much. Yeah, go.
Okay. What's your favorite potato chip?
Sour cream and onion.
Ooh, I like that.
Good. I don't think anyone's ever said sour cream and onion.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Are you a TV show watcher?
Yes.
What's your show right now?
Anything on HGTV.
Nice, yeah. Fair.
Oh, yes. What's your favorite restaurant in Quinte?
Probably Piper's.
Piper Arms? Oh, nice.
That's a good one. They have like everything on their menu.
Yeah.
Like good fit with kids, I feel like, too.
If you want
and, like,
anything
pub
is
stuff.
on.
Yeah.
I love a good pub menu.
Yeah, like a club sandwich or a fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, clubs, I think that's the one thing I miss from the Red Lion is they made the best club sandwich.
Hey, local, you hear that?
Yeah, hey, the local.
Bring in a club.
If you're listening, bring in a club. We can call it the Babe. You're welcome.
I love that.
What's your favorite craft? Like, what's your go-to, I guess?
I'm going to say anything painting.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I really find painting like calming for myself. Like, believe it or not, I also need like an opportunity to like.
Oh, yeah.
And painting is definitely. But you know what? I also really love trying something new. I've gotten to this place where I just like to try new stuff. Don't know how to do it? Sure, let's order the materials and get it done.
Let's look on
It's
YouTube.
like Katie. She's ordering a loom.
Love it.
Is she actually no? But like, I mean, I'm pushing her to.
I also have this like problem where I'm like, I can do that. Like, I'll just YouTube it.
Yes.
I've done
Same.
electrical. I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but here we go.
I think that that's an amazing approach to anything, and the more we can do that, the better.
Yeah.
And the more we can teach our kids to do that, the better.
Yeah.
Because they all think they can't do anything.
I'm like, you can do it. Try it.
Just do it.
Just try. Yeah, my niece is really into it. I can't do it. I'm like, just try. I'm like, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Might hurt yourself. You might have a great time.
Exactly.
I've done that.
I have to fix a cupboard door.
You want Jeanette? I think she's coming over to do office work today. She got to pour stuff. Like, I've poured concrete. Like, what?
Yes.
Why did I do this?
I mean, I've built. Okay, I don't give myself enough credit.
No, you
Yes.
don't.
But I've built my ex-boyfriend a bike shelf.
That's
It was a
pretty
shelf, a
cool.
floating shelf that went on the wall, and it had like kind of like a notchy thing
Yeah.
put into it, and you could put the bike on it, and then
Nice.
it was a shelf on top, so you can put like your helmet or your
that's
wallet or whatever.
I
perfect.
like that.
See, you are.
See, I am.
Okay.
You
I don't
absolutely
give myself
are.
enough credit.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I need to stop because I can do flooring too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You a bad bitch.
We did the habitat build. I did siding
Yes.
and vapor shields,
Oh,
vapor
that's
barriers.
fun. Yeah.
I did
Yes.
a vapor barrier. Like, I mean,
You're
okay.
getting it.
I see manual labor.
you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you for hyping me up, guys.
I'm going to shut her down. Thank you so
No,
much.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you.
That was
was
amazing.
amazing.
Oh, so good. Honestly, editing that this week made me feel like it brought me all the warm and fuzzies.
That's good.
Needed it. So
Yeah, it's been a rough week.
it's been a rough week, but she's so nice. I've gotten to talk with her like after. She's just, the space is really cool. Like, I've been in it. It's
Yeah.
super cool.
I love that there's like a little storefront.
Yeah, you can go in and then like other makers like get the profit from that. Like it just is, it's so needed, and please go check it out.
I think it's just really cool. Like, if you have an idea but you don't want to invest in really expensive equipment, this is great for ADHD people because
So
I
great.
do this all the time where
Yeah.
I will just like deep dive into a craft and I'll buy a Cricut, but I can't just buy the basic Cricut because what if one day I need to cut wood with my Cricut?
We
Have I
literally
cut-
have it in the office.
Have I cut wood with a Cricut?
No.
No.
But she has, I got to see all the tools because I love tools, but they have everything like wood, crickets. There's coffee. They have a water dispenser that's also like a coffee dispenser. You have to go see it. It's so wild. It blew my mind. I
Yeah.
loved it.
And there's like tons of like they do workshops.
Yeah,
and-
you can sign up for the workshops, and
We're going to do a team building thing there, I
I
think.
want to do a team building or like a babes craft night.
That'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Will you guys be down for a babes craft
Yeah,
night?
let us know.
We can just like go hang out, maybe drink some
I don't know,
coffee.
can we drink some coffee there? And
I don't know if we can drink there. I don't think so.
I don't think so. But it's still really cool. So, and then I don't know. I just love crafting. It is very like
It's a
for
creative
mental
release,
health.
yeah.
It's like very needed.
Yeah, and like it doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to make sense.
Just go with your friends. She also has the retreat that's coming up in June. So, in our show notes, we'll have show notes. Our show notes will have a link to her link tree, which will have like the retreat information if you're interested in doing like a longer crafting weekend, which I think is also good for your mental health. Like it's just so mental health focused.
I'm
love
like,
it.
oh, do I need to go on a crafting
Yeah,
retreat?
I kind of think you do. But,
I'm like so close to signing up. So if anybody wants to come with me,
yeah,
I'll be there.
I love
More than
that.
likely.
Do we have anything else?
The Babes Network.
The Babes Network.
It's our Facebook group. You can join it up. We're still working.
Join it up.
You know what? Like, what do people say to join? Like,
I don't
you
know. Join it.
Drop in.
Drop us a like. Drop us a follow. Join. I don't know.
I think you join groups.
Yeah, join the group and tell us about yourself. It's an open group. It's not just us posting, which we're trying
And we're
to.
kind of also like, admittedly, it's not on the top of the priority list,
No,
but
we're
it's
working.
definitely a thing that we're looking to expand and grow, and hopefully do kind of some cool stuff with it.
Yeah.
That I'm
And-
not going to talk about yet, but
No, not yet.
we're gonna do some cool stuff.
We're gonna do cool things, and we still have the sale on our merch. Go check it out because we're trying to get rid of some winter stuff so we can bring in some summer stuff.
I think that's probably gonna close out too soon-ish.
Yeah, at the end of the week probably. So order. I can't really think of anything else. Like I have the big sads right now, but that's reasonable.
I think that's reasonable too.
I think that's reasonable. Do you have anything else?
No.
No. Follow us, like, subscribe, comment.
Also, big ups to people who have rated us on the Apple Music and the Spotify's.
Do we have ratings?
Yeah,
Whoa. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks, friends.
we have a 5-star rating.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's Lindsay from Lola Lux.
Someone else do it too. Lindsay, thank you. But also, we need more.
Am I going to do it myself? Yes. I'm going to give
Remember.
myself 5 stars. Absolutely.
I love it.
But you know what?
It helps us.
I think I have to believe that I am 5-star material.
Mm-hmm. Also, thank you to our podcast partners right now. It is Angelic Serendipity and Family Dental Center.
Big ups to them.
Big
I'm
ups.
So
But yeah, like check them out. They'll have new ads starting next week for the May
That's fine.
partnerships.
also, I want to talk about the Grange and the beautiful event they had real quick.
My goodness.
We went to the Grange on Monday. You can see our reel on Instagram. And I'm so thankful that we got invited to that. So thank you, Kira. And this might be are we allowed to like circle, was it?
Tease. Well, people
tease next
from
week.
the video are on our episode next
Yeah. So there's a couple people that are in the video that we posted to Instagram that are going to be our guests next week.
All I can say is I'm so nervous to edit it. It's going to be unhinged, but it's going to be a funny episode.
Yeah. So don't expect anything serious.
No, it's a lot of laughing.
It's a lot of laughing, a lot of silly. And I really hope you guys like it as much as we liked recording it.
Yeah, and go to the Grange.
And go to the Grange because Kira is a fucking masterful chef. And the food was insane. That crispy salmon thing, I don't know. I can live off that. Can I like
It's so
pre-order that?
good.
Like
I
how
don't
do
know. Let's text her.
Kira?
Kira.
But yeah, no, it was a beautiful space. And I really hope that we can, do
more
something
things with
together
them, yeah.
with them. But that's my little nugget drop.
Okay. Otherwise, can I shut her down?
You can shut her down.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
The Babes of Quinte podcast is recorded and produced at Starboard Communications, home of 95.5 Hits FM, Cool 100, and inquinte.ca.